The Edmonton Oilers pick up right where they left off in Game 1 following the NHL All-Star break, as I'm pleased to be joined by former Edmonton Oilers netminder Ben Scrivens. 5-2 is the final over in Detroit on a night where depth scoring played a big part, most specifically Warren Foegele. The game after he gets healthy scratched last Saturday against the Chicago Blackhawks, he gets a little bit of redemption with a 2-goal second period.
Yeah, and what a huge opportunity and an opportune time for him to rebound like this. Has to be huge for his confidence. Has to be huge for the confidence of the coaching staff in him to rebound like that. That's what you want to see from a player. It's not an ideal thing to come into the rink and read that you're going to be watching from the stands. Sometimes it's really helpful. You can see the game from a different vantage point, and what you really want is guys to respond to it, which is exactly what Foegele did tonight.
Now remember, it took Warren Foegele 13 games to score his first goal of the year this season. He now has 7 goals over the course of the last 25 games. So you know when you have a bottom 6 player chipping in with a goal on average every 3.5 games, that proves to be very valuable for this Oilers squad. And speaking of value, Evander Kane showcasing his value all night long.
Absolutely. I mean, he gets a point tonight. He gets the empty netter. It's good for him. Obviously, missing so much of the season, you'll take those gimme putts any day, even though it was a long one. But with no goalie in the net, they always seem to go in a little bit easier. So he'll definitely take that goal. He's a goal scorer, and that is why he's paid the money that he is here in Edmonton. But one of the other reasons they pay him the money that they do is because of his toughness, the team toughness that he adds to from basically the start of the game, but really noticeable at the end of the second, into the third, basically all the way through the third. There wasn't anybody that he was backing down from. He was, whether it was Larkin, whether it was any of their skilled players, or Todd Bertuzzi, or not Todd Bertuzzi, excuse me, the younger Bertuzzi, who's also known for his toughness around the rink. So Evander Kane really showcasing his complete skill set here tonight.
And we can't talk about the night without speaking of Jack Campbell, who was excellent once again. 30 of 32 stops for number 36, including 2 big ones in the third period. He improves to 8-0 over his last 8 starts, Ben.
Yeah, which is fantastic for him. He's now got a 16-8 record, 16-8-1 record, which is sparkling. I mean, that's Cy Young numbers. But that also highlights that he was about a .500 goalie to start this year. He was obviously spelled by Stuart Skinner for the better part of the first half of the season. He put in a ton of time, a ton of work into his game with the help of the rest of the team, with the help of the goalie coach Dustin Schwartz, and they've done a fantastic job of like rounding him back out, getting his confidence back. There was a gear change that we've discussed a little bit on air at times, but all of it is. The pieces are falling into place for him. He's on a heater right now. It's unfortunate for Stuart Skinner, a guy who made the All-Star game, a well-deserved All-Star nod. He's been watching a lot of hockey of late, and unfortunately it starts with a little bit from missing some time for some family, great news, the welcoming of a kid, but you never want to miss too much time, and you certainly don't want to lose your position due to something like that, something other than your play. So a tough challenge for Stuart Skinner, but you know what? That's what you need from your goaltending tandem. As Stuart Skinner was pushing Jack Campbell at the start of the year, Jack Campbell's now pushing Stuart Skinner. That's what you really need. You need both guys to give quality starts whenever they get their name called.
And it was Jack Campbell winning tonight in his home state. He was all smiles after tonight's 5-2 victory as the Oilers win Game 1 of this 4-game road trip, which continues over in Philadelphia when they visit the Flyers on Thursday. And hey, you know me, anytime I mention Philadelphia, I always have to say, go Birds.